What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I want to talk about SPS versus Glint because something that is becoming much more obvious in how the different formats are rolling out, Modern and Wild, is that you can choose to go for one or the other if you're trying to min-max. And this is where it becomes very much a play-to-earn versus game progression type of scenario. Now, the reason that this is important and relevant now is because we just had the launch of new Rebellion reward cards, which means you need Glint in order to get these, right? SPS is not going to do you any good. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank, how much Bitcoin or gold you hold. It does not matter. You need to play. You need to earn Glint in order to get that. And the truth is, oddly enough, that one format is better than the other and vice versa, right? So if we take a look here, I'm going to go to the leaderboards of each, right? So you can see the leaderboard for Modern, shout out to VetV and Kazrak, Mondroid. You can see that they are all, at the top here with ratings in the 4,800s. Now you go to the Wild side and you can see, let's go to leaderboard here, and you can see Kato Kid, Vugtis, Orcus, all over 5,500, right? That is at least 700 higher of a rating, which, the rating rewards are cubed, right, based on your rating. So that is significant over time. So if we go over to Modern, for example, and we know this already, so I'm going to go pick on VetV here. Actually, I don't know if I'm picking on him. It's actually kind of cool, right? That VetV is at the top. You can see that they're winning 35 SPS per win, right, and then 3,700 Glint. 35, 3,700, and 35, 3,600. So about that much. Now, just out of curiosity, and we'll see if I end up finding something that blows up my hypothesis, but I don't think that'll be the case. Let's go here. Oh, so look, Kazrak is earning more SPS, 41 with 3,200 Glint. Isn't that interesting? I guess maybe there's some gold foil benefits there, or I don't know actually. So 41 SPS and 3,100 Glint. It's interesting that there's more SPS per win, but less Glint. So it's only 3,000 Glint here, right? 42 SPS, 2,700 Glint. Either way, this actually pushes my thesis forward even further. So you can see 35, 42 SPS, right? Somewhere around that range for the top players. Now let's go over to Wild, and we know Vugtis has like one of the highest amounts of SPS overall. So I'm going to go immediately just to Vugtis here to see how much he's able to min-max his side of things from having that much SPS staked. So in his battles, 28 SPS, but 6,000 Glint, okay? And then you go down here, 24 SPS, 5,000 Glint, over 5,000 Glint, right? Come down here, 29 SPS, over 6,400 Glint, 6,600 Glint. So this is where, this is why this is so fascinating to me, because if you are in a place right now where you're maybe not as worried about the SPS rewards, right? The kind of play to earn financial side of the game, but you want actual Glint, which is difficult to get. Wild is the better place to do it. Maybe there's more accounts playing in Wild, so therefore just in general, right? You don't even need to be a top player. There are more accounts playing in Wild, which means the ratings inflation actually pushes you higher. It's easier to get to higher levels with lower amounts of cards and just a smaller collection overall. And therefore, you're able to maximize your Glint. In fact, that is the main reason that I am playing in Wild right now. But whether you're at my level, which I would say is average, right? I'm playing in Diamond right now. Diamond, and I've played lower before, right? I started in Diamond 3 this season. I'm back up to Diamond 1. Whether you're playing at the lower levels or you're playing at the elite levels, you can see that there is a massive, massive difference in this. So, if we're just looking at Glint overall, for example, 6,000 Glint versus the less than 4,000 Glint that was happening on the other side. That's 2,000 Glint per battle, right? Times 12, wins per day roughly. That's 25,000 Glint right there per day. But add on top of that the amount of energy that people are spending, right? I mean, so far at this point, Kato Kid and Vugtis, they shouldn't have played 400 battles when it's only less than 3 days into the season. Obviously, they are taking advantage of the situation with vouchers still being available for energy, and that's going to change. And I made a video on that separately. But either way, that has very little to do with the overall thesis of what I'm trying to talk about in this video. basically what it comes down to is if you are looking for Glint, Wild is the place to go. If you're looking for SPS, Modern is the place to go. And I would say that we probably inherently knew this from the get-go, but I don't think anybody ever really put as much emphasis on Glint in the past, just because when this whole system rolled out, we were already over a year into the old Soulbound card reward system. Now with the new Soulbound reward card system, the new Soulbound cards out, I don't know if about everybody else, but at least for me, like, I'm itching for more Glint. So I have even stopped just playing random battles in Modern because I'm like, you know what? I really just want to min-max the amount of Glint that I'm getting. So I'm just going to do everything in Wild because the amount that I win in Wild is significantly higher. And you can see with Modern, I've dropped all the way down to Bronze 1, right? So it's not like, I'll have to like work my way up for a very long time in order to be able to get anything significant. So right now it's like, I want to get as much, I want to max out as many of these cards as quickly as possible just to be competitive in the game, but then also to eventually switch my way back over into Modern and maybe be a little bit more competitive there now that the meta has expanded with a lot of these cards coming in. And probably, I don't think we've even scratched the surface in terms of how important to the meta some of those cards are going to be. So, ultimately, I'm just trying to highlight this for folks that are, reinvigorated, energized, and maybe had been playing Modern and were focused on SPS, but now, like, I'm just trying to call out the major differences in Glint earnings and SPS earnings between, Modern and Wild format. Again, we knew that SPS was significantly higher, but I think for the most part, people have generally been focused on like how much can I earn from the game, right? So therefore, Modern always made more sense for that if you had a competitive enough deck. Where now it's like whether you have a competitive enough deck or not, if you want Glint, Wild is the place to be. Now, that being said, there is a fee to participate in Wild, right? You have the Wild Season Pass, which right now, you can use vouchers for, but I believe that'll be coming to an end in the next couple of weeks, maybe even at the end of the season. So keep that in mind. But overall, I don't think that changes anything in the future, especially if like the energy system changes and there ends up being more SPS per battle, simply because people are playing less battles overall. And like I said, I talked about that in a separate video, so I won't get too far into it here. But just some food for thought for you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I will catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.